Hi guys, this is my first actual like vlog, like face to camera. I am not a professional at this. I just want to record everything from my pregnancy. And yeah, so I'm basically gonna be talking about my pregnancy and how I found out, how I told my parents, how I told my husband, like all that stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with how I found out, right? So where do I start? Okay, so when I came back from Mexico, like this is a little TMI, but guys, don't watch this. So when I was in Mexico, for some reason in December, I got my period twice, dude, like twice. I was like, ¿qué onda? I was like, I started when I was going over there and then when I was coming back. So I was kind of like, what's going on? And then when I came back, I came back on January 7th, and then I got my last period around January 20 something, right? And what I think is funny is that like I was gonna write it down because for some reason like something was telling me, bitch, write your motherfucking last period down. Like you're supposed to write it every month. Like I know I should have done that since I got married, but ya saben, no, pues esa pendeja or something. I don't know. Later on, like it was February and I didn't get my period. I was like, what's going on? So then I told my mom, I was like, hey ma, like I haven't got my period, like no me ha bajado. And she was like, ay hija, ve al doctor, ve. And I'm like, pues a ver si me baja, ¿verdad? So I waited a couple days, and then me and my hubby, TMI, we and I started bleeding, like TMI. So I started bleeding, and then like after we were done, I called my mom. I was like, hey mom, so then after I started bleeding, and she's like, ay hija, ya te dije que fueras al mendigo doctor, ve al doctor. And I was like, pues a ver si ya después me baja, right? Like because when you like it triggers your period. So I was like, okay, I'll just wait this week y a ver si me baja. So sure enough, no me bajó. So then during that week that I think I was car shopping, and I started getting some big ass pain like acá abajo and shit. I was like, dude, this ain't right. Like I gotta go to the doctor. So, yeah, like when I was working, I told my mom, I was like, hey mom, like because me and my mom work together, right? So I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to the doctor's because this ain't right no more, right? So sure enough, she was like, pues yo voy contigo. I was like, all right, sure, let's go. So then sure enough, I went to the doctor's, and they first they made me pee in a cup, and ya nos metieron al cuarto y todo. And I was just looking at my mom like, just tick-tock. So then sure enough, like the doctor came in. She was like, well, the pregnancy test came out positive. I was like, what? Yeah, y'all gotta do me another one. Bring another one. Come here. Bring me another pee cup. And I was so shocked. I was like me quedé así. And my mom just looked at me and she was like, and I was like, ¿Sí entendiste lo que dijo? She's like, yeah, she said your test was positive. And I'm like, like I still thought in my head, like, no, this has to be a mistake. Like no, it can't be. Like I've been married for a year and no pregnancies whatsoever. And then I was just shook, and then she's like, yeah, so we're gonna make you an ultrasound to see how far along you are, and The nurse, like ya la doctora se fue and everything, like me checó, ahí abajo. And later when the doctor left, she the nurse came back in and she was like, okay, so this appointment is for your ultrasound, and then this other appointment is for your to come back to see if we could hear the heartbeat already. And that's when, like, I was like, damn, this shit is like really real, like this shit for real. And I was like, ay Diosito, o sea, de veras, like I don't believe this. So then the doctor and the nurse left already, and me and my mom were walking out, and my mom started praying. I was like, why the fuck are you praying? Like, she's like, ay, que todo salga bien con el bebé, que todo esté bien, que no vaya a tener nada, que sea sano, and all this stuff. And I was like, still doesn't hit me a little bit. That day, that same day we went to the doctor's, my husband was with me, and he was just out in the waiting room because I didn't want him to come in for some reason. Like, no vengas conmigo, ma tú ven. And so sure enough, we came out. Like, I wanted to make it a surprise, but then I kind of like didn't. So I just told him right there and then. I was like, babe. And he was like, what? I was like, I'm pregnant. Like, the results came out positive. And he just looked at me like, really? Like, you're really pregnant? And I'm like, and he didn't believe it. Like, why didn't you believe it, fool? So my mom was like, you know what, Becky, because there's a Rite Aid right next to her. She's like, well, a Rite Aid and buy like a pregnancy test. And I was like, all right, bet. So yo toda de mensa, like, si el doctor ya dijo que estás embarazada, es que ya estás embarazada. Oh my god. But you know, pues ya fui, ¿verdad? And yeah, sure enough, we went home to my mom's house. And I took it in the restroom and I hid it. I was like, I don't want nobody to see it. So I hid it, right? So then, like, I waited like a couple minutes and it said pregnant, like, but the lines were kind of like faint. Like, una línea estaba bien like marcada y la otra no. So I was like, this shit is negative. But then, like, sure enough, se fue marcando like poquito más, but it was still faint. So then I'm like, fuck, like, my dad's here, like, should I tell him already? And I'm like, nah, I shouldn't tell him. Nah. Like, my brother and my sister were there, and then I was like, fuck, like, should I just tell my sister first? Like, I was like, hey Siri, come here. I was like, come here, bitch, come here. And she was like, what? I was like, come in the room. And she was like, what, dude? And I gave her like the fucking test. She's like, no way. I was like, yes, dude. And she's like, Guy, are you for real? I was like, yes, bitch. She's like, OMG, I'm gonna be a tia. I was like, I was like, fuck, I gotta tell my dad. Like, I gotta tell him right now. So sure enough, like, I was walking to the living room and I handed it to him. And he's like, ¿qué es esto? And I was like, ¿qué dice? And he's like, ¿estás embarazada? And I'm like, yeah. And he just stayed there for a while. Like, he was like so shook or something. Like, he was probably like, ay, mi hija. But he was like, se quedó así, like he didn't even know what to say. And then after like a couple, like, it was like literally a minute that he stayed like that. He was like, ay, pues felicidades, hijos. He hugged me and my husband. And mom was just there like, that was the most funniest shit in my life. Like, and I think I recorded it, but since it's in my sister's like crappy ass phone that she has, I really couldn't, like, I can't get it out anymore. And then my brother overheard. He's like, what, you're pregnant? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, ha, dumb bitch. I was like, what do you mean, dumb bitch? Like, I don't give a fuck. Like Dios me bendició con este bebé, and I love it, okay? So he's like, damn, bitch, Alejandro's pull-out game is weak as fuck. And I was like, who said he pulled out? Yeah, so then it was my ultrasound appointment. So I went, and then they didn't let my mom or my man go in or anything. And I was like, mama, baby. And sure enough, I was 6 weeks, 5 days. So that's like a month and a half-ish. So I was like, damn, like, I really went a month and a half without knowing, like, for real, like, for real. And then I came out, I was like, yeah, ma, dice que tengo 6 semanas, 5 días. But then for some reason, like on the ultrasound picture, it says like that I'm like 4 or 5, like a week ahead, basically. So I was like, I think I have the picture right here. Let me get that sheet. So right here, it said 7 weeks, 3 days. Ahí está mi chiquito bebé. Right there. No se mira como nada, but apparently it's a baby. But yeah, it said I was 7 weeks, 3 days right here. So I'm like, so what am I? 6 weeks, 5 days, or 7 days, 3 days? 7 weeks, 3 days. But after that, after the ultrasound, my mom was like, vamos a la iglesia, hija. I was like, all right, bet. So she was like, we started like praying, you know, like que todo salga bien and everything y todo, because I have a very complicated like system, like dealing first with my periods, but that's another story. I went to my second appointment with it wasn't my doctor, it was like some kind of like stupid appointment, but apparently they have to do it. Like they started asking me questions like, how do you feel? Like, how do you feel like you're pregnant? Are you gonna breastfeed? Are you gonna save home? Like shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck? Of course I'm gonna save home. So then after that, I went to another appointment, which they were gonna do the NIPT testing to see if like the baby's gonna have Down syndrome or something. So that first they did a blood sample, and they said I wasn't gonna get that back till like a month, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is supposed to be back in like 2 weeks. It can't be a month. But I don't know, like where I go is like a small clinic, so I really don't know how they work. So yeah. So then the second part to that was the ultrasound. So like we went, and babe and my mom, like they actually could go in there with me. So these are my little pictures. So like I was saying before, I was brutally interrupted by some little kid outside. These are my pictures. You can see like more of the baby right there. I was like, oh gee, ahí está mi bebé, so guapo. And then like over here is like another picture, I think. Y acá otro. But I like this one better. Aquí sí se mira la cabecita and the little, you know, body. So right here, well, según yo, tenía 12 weeks, 6 days. Y aquí me está diciendo que 13 weeks, 4 days. O sea, puta madre, ¿en qué voy? And I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, whatever. I'm gonna just go with, like a week less, okay? So then after, I was like, ay, Diosito, que todo salga bien, que todo tenga mi bebé, que no tenga nada, ¿verdad? Que salga sano and shit y todo. So yeah, they were like, when they were scanning me, my mom was like, pues pregúntale cómo está. I was like still shocked. I was like, pues cómo está. I was like, yeah, how's the baby? Like, does everything look fine? And she was like, well, yeah, like the baby looks fine to me, but we still have to confirm it, like with the blood sample. And I guess they still hadn't got that. I was like, ta madre, cuando me dan los pinches resultados. And I guess sometimes with that testing, well, it depends. I don't know where the fuck you go or something, but no he preguntado, but I hope it does. Like, it tells you the gender, because I guess like ya tienen la sangre, like what it's gonna be. So I was like, let me know that. So I am currently in my week 15. O sea, yeah, estoy panzonzonta. I'm just kidding. Like, since I'm like a big ass girl, casi no se me nota. So like sometimes when I go to like, I went to a party with my mom with her coworker where I used to work with her, right? So she knew me, and me miró de arriba para abajo la pinche vieja. I was like, disimula, bitch. And I was like, ma, esa vieja me miró de arriba para abajo y es que no importa. She's like, ay, a lo mejor estaba viendo a ver si ya tenías panza. I'm like, true that, like, me estoy bajando. So yeah, I'm basically like, to me, I'm not showing like because like I said, like I'm fat, you know. Ya tengo mi lonja de más. So no, I'm not gonna show you guys my bump because obviously you cannot see shit. And yeah, so my baby is the size of a pear right now. And so ya pues mi criatura ya it's about 4 inches 2.5 ounces. Pues más está chiquita todavía, but pues ahí está, ahí va. Me ha causado problemas pa la chingada, girl. And guys, oh my god, let me tell you about my symptoms. So at first, when like I obviously didn't know I was pregnant, pues me sentía re bien, ¿verdad? Just the usual. Pues yo siempre he padecido de cuando tengo hambre me empiezo a sentir mal. So like in the morning, like we usually got our break at 6. So yeah, we would, well, I was going in at 4 at the time, and we would get our break at 6. So ya pa las pinches 5, yeah, I was like, yeah, vamos a break, tengo hambre. But I still didn't know I was pregnant, right? So then after I found out I was pregnant, me pegó todo. I was like, ¿cómo es que no sabía y me sentía bien? Y ahora que sé me siento mal. Like, oh my gosh. So I started feeling super nauseous, that I would gag a lot and people would just be like, are you okay? Because I obviously hadn't told anybody at work yet, and pues my mom tampoco, like it's not her say, but de todos modos. And then me empezó a pegar un sueño. I would be the whole day at work así toda bosteciendo todo el pinche tiempo, like, ay no. Y pues like the lady that worked in front of me, pues me soplaba al aire. She's like, despérate. And I'm like, ya me desperté. Nah, but no me desperté, like, ay no, me pegó like bad. And that's just the beginning. That was around like I was probably like, me pegó, like, ya me pegó like around 9 weeks. And I was like, oh, me siento re mal, Diosito, o sea, ayuda. Después, pues, like, me empecé a sentir más mal. Like, yo no sé si era el olor de ahí, because where I worked at was, we would make airplane parts. Like, hacíamos partes de aviones. And huele, pues, huele re feo ya. And, pues, when you're pregnant, like, te pega más el olor. But then echaba mucho, cargaba cosas pesadas, and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking scared. Like I don't want my baby que se me salga or something. Like, no. So then I told mom, I was like, mom, like, no me siento bien, like, no tengo ganas de nada. And I was telling her that on break. Y luego ya después, when we went back from break, I started crying. I was like, bitch, why the fuck you crying? So yeah, I was crying, and then my mom came up to me and she's like, ¿qué tienes? And I was like, es que no me siento bien. Like, no me siento bien. Like, dude, pregnancy is so hard and nobody ever tells me that. I know. So then yeah, like, I couldn't stop crying, and I was like, bitch, suck it up. Like, it's the baby, you know, just, it's the baby, bitch. And ya después, like, since I wasn't feeling good that day, que viene mi jefe y me dice, ¿ya están las partes? And I was like, no, compa, no están las pinches partes. No, I'm just kidding. I was like, no las tengo. Like, they kept breaking on me, dude. Like, they kept cracking, or they kept, like, when I was taking it out, it cracked, and I'm just like, so then he got mad. He was like, and he walked away, and I started crying again. I was like, and I even went like this with my chamarra. I was like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with me? Yo no soy chillona. Yo soy chingona. But yeah, like, I started fucking crying, and I couldn't stop crying. I cried for like at least a fucking good straight 5 minutes. And then they came back. Well, my boss came back because he saw me. He's like, hey, if you don't feel good, just go home. Sure enough, I went home and I never went back. Bye. Y hasta la fecha, pues tengo las pinches náuseas. I gag a lot, and oh my gosh, like, dude, there's like this whole like, oh my god, all these symptoms, like I don't want to get too much into detail. Every single time I wake up, I know like, bitch, que no un día me puedo levantar bien, o sea, but it's all for you, baby, okay? I'll do it all over again. Pues ya, pues aquí estoy con mi criatura, and in about a couple of weeks I will know the gender. O sea, I cannot wait to know what it's gonna be. Like, lo que sea, like, it doesn't matter, but oh my, like, but lately I've been dreaming a girl, like a girl, and hubby has fucking been dreaming a girl too. He's like, babe, I dreamed that que tenemos a la niña and you wouldn't let me carry her. And I was like, yeah, because I'm not gonna let you carry her. She is my baby. You know, I'm just playing. Yeah. Le voy a cerrar. Así como dije. But like I said, pregnancy is very, very, very hard. Te quiero, bebés. And I cannot wait to have you here. Así como dicen, like and subscribe, ring that bell button. Like and subscribe to this channel, video, lo que sea. Pero tú ponle like y ponle subscribe. Ok. Pues ahí nos vemos. Pues a todos los que están viendo esto, ¿verdad? O sea, como, bye, sisters. I'm just kidding. Like, I don't even know what's going on with that food, but whatever. Bye.